Convicted rapist Harvey Weinstein back in court, this time here in Los Angeles, where he's facing more charges of sexual assault.
Our Christian Cordero joining us live now with more on today's opening statements. Christian.
And the court just wrapped up within the past hour, Mark and Giovanna. The defense acknowledged in its opening statements how shocking some of these allegations are and is trying to diffuse them as a weak and unsubstantiated trickle that will evaporate under the jurors' close scrutiny. Those jurors have quite the task. Unlike most criminal cases, just about everyone knows who Harvey Weinstein is and what he has been convicted of. In a downtown Los Angeles courtroom today, 70-year-old Harvey Weinstein sat in a black suit and a blue tie, a stretch from what he wears most of the time these days. Weinstein's prior sexual assault and rape convictions in New York has him already serving a 23-year-long sentence. These similar charges in Los Angeles are for a new jury to decide. When it comes to the prior conviction specifically, how hard is that to keep out of this courtroom?
It's a very difficult task to do. Most likely, most of the jurors heard about this other trial in New York and heard about the convictions. So what they're asked to do is, even though you know about them, can you still set them aside and judge Weinstein for the facts in this case?
Lou Shapiro is a criminal defense attorney not affiliated with this case. The attorneys who are had their chance to set the tone today. The deputy DA who led the prosecution's opening statements previewed the 8 women scheduled to testify against Weinstein. He accused Weinstein of preying on these women, many eager to make it in the entertainment industry. In some cases, prosecutors say he would bring these women into his hotel suite for what they thought was a meeting, one-on-one, first asking them to touch him, then demanding. Several quotations in court describe forcible rape. Prosecutors quoted one woman saying, quote, "I was scared that if I didn't play nice, something could happen in the room or out of the room because of his power in the industry," end quote. Prosecutors noted Weinstein's films helped launch the careers of Quentin Tarantino, Gwyneth Paltrow, Matt Damon, and Ben Affleck. The 2017 sexual assault allegations helped launch the Me Too movement. Shapiro believes because of the time that has passed since his guilty verdict, the defense may have a shot, or at the very least, a strategy.
Remember when we had Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, that trial went the whole other way. It sort of turned Me Too on its head. And that's when people started to think, well, maybe it's not so clear-cut. Maybe there are two sides to the story.
And over the course of the next 2 months, the jury will hear both sides. The court's intention is to do so with the presumption of innocence.
There is this sort of sentiment in the air that they are prosecuting an already guilty client. So it's really for the prosecution to lose this case than for the defense to win it.
And the prosecution got through about 80 minutes of Jane Doe 1's testimony before court was dismissed for the day. She described the assault she said happened in her hotel room back in 2013, that he showed up unexpectedly and demanded she let him in. Jane Doe 1 said that she cried that day even as it was happening, and she left today in court also in tears. Her testimony continues tomorrow.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great ABC7 content by clicking the subscribe button for our YouTube channel and download the ABC7 Los Angeles streaming app on Fire TV, Android TV, Apple TV, and Roku to watch on your TV.